Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Today's topic for mental health tips is triggers. I want you to write these things down that you hear me mention or begin putting together your own list. And I'm going to tell you how to utilize these from a mental health standpoint and then also from a spiritual standpoint. So over the years, I've been collecting some common triggers that patients tell me about. I'm just going to list a few. A loud noise level, not getting enough sleep, missing even one medication, having a difficult conversation or a difficult therapy session. Some of those things, and actually a lot of those things, can lead to negative self-talk and sometimes, unfortunately, shame. So the reason you need to be aware of these things is not so that you can avoid them. Some of these things are not healthy to avoid, but rather to pursue managing them. What kind of skills and tools do you need to get through those particular moments? It's also important so you can share with others. Remember, people in your life, even your therapist, no one is a mind reader, so you have to let them know if they can contribute to you managing these skills properly, or if they are contributing to it being a trigger. You've got to let them know. Now I want you to look at that exact same list that you just put together on paper or in your mind, and I want you to think about it, look at it through the lens of a spiritual standpoint. It gets a little bit more serious, doesn't it? Because those same things that you wrote down, the negative self-talk, the difficult conversations, the enemy, Satan, is going to use those very same things to cause some really important D letter words in your life, to doubt the things that you know, to discourage you, and to disconnect you from God and from others. So you've got to be ready. You've got to have your armor on. You've got to be thinking about, okay, I just experienced this trigger. Now I've got to be on the lookout for how he's going to try to bring these D letter words into my life. Because you can handle this. Part of that is going to be staying in therapy, keeping your skills really sharp. Part of it's going to make sure that you know the word really well, because there's nothing that works more effectively than using the word against the enemy. So I hope that you have found those things helpful today. I'm going to leave you with 2 resources. I may not always have those, but today I'm going to leave you with 2 really important things that I encourage you to check out. If you watched the Super Bowl over the weekend, it was really a rare year because they had 2 commercials from a company called HeGetsUs.com that were about Jesus. And so I encourage you to look at that website. You'll be really surprised when you see this. It has some really simple messages. They allow you to purchase some freebies, and your way of paying for those freebies is to pay it forward with love and kindness, doing the very things that Jesus did and continues to do perfectly and models for us. So, speaking of Jesus, a lot of you, especially if you work with me, have heard me talk about this amazing TV show called The Chosen. And I'm going to encourage you, if you're watching this and you've never heard this before, or you've had me encourage you to watch it and you just haven't gotten around to it, this is a huge, huge tool. Patients ask me all the time, how can I get closer in my faith? How can I know the Bible better? How can I get more excited about Scripture? All of those things could be answered in watching this show. It's 3 seasons into it right now out of 7. There's many episodes for you to watch. It is not a replacement for Scripture, but I tell you, it's probably going to lead you right to it. You're going to want to know these stories better, want to know these people better. And ultimately, you're going to really see Jesus in a very human and a very personal way. And it can be very life transforming. So I hope you check those things out. Share this video with people that you think it could benefit them. And I'll see you again soon.